Hi, it's Mel with the Quilting Room with Mel, and I have another vintage sewing machine for you. Today we are looking at the Singer 500A, affectionately known as the Rocketeer. This is a slant needle machine, like the 301 that we had previously talked about. I'll show you how to thread it, how to wind a bobbin, some of the decorative stitches that are built in, and of course we'll look at how well it does for piecing. Okay, we're going to wind a bobbin. This is the bobbin for the 500. It is a class 66 bobbin. To wind the bobbin, we open up this top faceplate, and that reveals two spool pins, the tension guide, the guide, and the bobbin winder. When you go to engage your bobbin winder, this lever back here is what we push over. So we'll put a spool of thread up here. Make sure our thread is going on the correct side of the guide there. Engage. I've already loosened my clutch so that the needle doesn't go up and down, and let's start. Always clip your thread off. And that's how you wind a bobbin. Okay, I'm going to show you how to thread the machine. I still have my spool of thread up on the spool pin. Our first guide is right here. Snap the thread in. We come down. There's a guide here that we have to go under. There is a tiny little notch in this part that sticks out that we have to go in. And our thread should now make an L shape. Next we go down to the tension assembly. Snap that thread right in between those discs, pull it up, and now your thread should be in the loop here. We have the guide here that we go behind, up to the eye and through, back down to this guide here. We have three right here before we thread the needle. One there, there's two, and there is number 3. Now, as I said at the beginning, this is a slant needle, so you have to have a slant foot. Our needle also threads front to back. Okay. And that is threading your Singer 500. Now, in case you forget the 1,000 places that you have to thread, there is a handy dandy guide right behind this door. The camera doesn't pick it up, so I can't show that to you. And now we need to put our bobbin in. To put our bobbin in, we need to open this plate here. Our bobbin sits right there in our little home. Drop it in. There is a tiny little notch right about here that we have to put our thread in. It'll snap over. That's it. And pull our thread up. And we are ready to sew. Alright, we're going to talk about some of the built-in stitches that the Rocketeer has. If you look up here, we have a list of them. It tells us how to set it down here. So I'm going to go with a BR. It's a nice cloud. It could be used as a quilting stitch if you wanted to. And it tells me B is the gold knob, and I push it in and turn it to where it says B and make sure it locks in. The one behind it you pull out, and that one needs to go to R. Okay. The other thing I have to do is I have to change my stitch length over here. It needs to be a little smaller than we normally use for quilting. And here's the nice little cloud stitch. This would be great to do some decorative on clothing. You could do it on, instead of doing straight line quilting, you could use one of these decorative stitches to give your quilting a little extra pizzazz without having to fuss with the fabric. Now to go back to straight stitch, we have to reset the machine. The gold knob in and all the way up to A, the brown knob behind out, and all the way down to K. We also need to adjust our stitch length back down to between 10 and 12. Remember, that's inches or stitches per inch, not millimeters, like most modern machines today do. Okay, let's do a 1/4 of an inch seam so we can see how this is for piecing quilting. I actually have a 1/4 of an inch foot on here, so I know that the edge of my presser foot is a 1/4 of an inch. So I don't need to do any measuring. And that's our 1/4 of an inch seam. I just wanted to show you one more feature of the sewing machine. Here we have the lever that we can drop the feed dogs. When it's all the way to the right, that's for straight and zigzag. If we go to the middle, it says darn, and that's when the feed dog's no longer engaged. But if you look over here at the feed dog area, you'll actually see that the feed dogs haven't dropped. The plate has come up. And if you take that all the way to the left, it actually pops it up, and you can take the plate off, and they do make other plates that go with this machine. We'll put that back for straight zigzag. Okay, and that is the Singer 500 Rocketeer. It's one of the last all-metal machines that Singer made, and I really think they went out with a bang on this one. It's very stylish machine from the 1960s. Join me next time when I have another vintage sewing machine for you, and don't forget to join our new Facebook group, Mel's Quilting Room, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I'll see you guys later. Bye.